Hi again, welcome back. Let's talk breakfast. I don't know about you, but my husband and I, we get into a rut of coffee, toast, and eggs, and it just gets so boring. There's no real great pleasure in it. It's just kind of something that we do. But I have found, I've worked hard to find quick, easy, simple, nutritious breakfast that get the day started off right. So let's go ahead and dig in. This is my go-to breakfast. It's just so easy. It can be ricotta cheese, cottage cheese, or yogurt of any amount of fat. I've been choosing cottage cheese because it's higher in protein. So a scoop of that. Here's my little secret is pineapple chunks canned in their own juice. And the juice is so good over the cottage cheese. Any kind of fresh fruit. I have some beautiful sweet raspberries here. Blueberries, blackberries, cherries, your favorite berries. And then of course, because it is summertime, fresh ripe peach. My absolute favorite. I've already washed these. And then store-bought granola. I've made homemade granola before too, which is wonderful. Stood at the aisle, went over about 50 brands of granola in order to find granola that's just very pure and simple. I found this one, and it's a Simple Truth, and this Purely Elizabeth. They don't have any sugar in them. This one's made of maple syrup, and the other is coconut sugar. This one is a little sweeter. It has dried blueberries, which is so good. This one is mostly nuts and seeds. And it's kind of on the salty side, so I just put a little bit. This is it, a few simple ingredients, and I have a wonderful breakfast here. I'm gonna go fuel up. When I come back, I'm gonna make Tommy's favorite, which is more savory, but this definitely satisfies my sweet tooth. So the next recipe that I'm going to make is from the book Ottolenghi Simple. And I'll never forget the first time I saw this book in the bookstore. I thought ottolenghi was a type of food. I had no idea that Yotam Ottolenghi is very famous in Europe because of his wonderful restaurants. And they've influenced a lot of European cooking. And the pictures are what got my attention. They're so beautiful. But what I've learned is his recipes are perfect, and they may be unique, but they're not strange. They always taste very good on the palate. So I want you to stay with me on this next recipe because it's fun to delve into the unknown and try new things and expand your palate and your enjoyment of food. So let's get started. So leeks have kind of changed my life. They're very sweet and more mild than an onion. It's in the onion family. But what you're wanting to do is just take a sharp knife. This is a leek right here. And you're cutting off the dark ends to get to the middle. Just like that. Leeks are classically dirty. They collect dirt. So what I do is I cut down through the middle, and then do a half flip here, turn. So it's kind of like you quarter it so that it's open like this. And then a quick rinse under the sink. All right, so it's nice and clean. Then continue to do a few more cuts. Turn it around. I know I'm left-handed. Cut off the end. Ottolenghi does everything by weight, so a food scale becomes necessary, and that's what makes his recipes just perfect. So I'm cutting this recipe in half for just 2 people, and it's 260, half the recipe is 265 grams. Okay. So what we're going to do is saute the leeks in 1 tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. The leeks are going to saute for 3 minutes, and then I'll pour in a half a teaspoon of cumin seed and a little slice of preserved lemon. Let me show you what I do with the lemon. So instead of vegetable stock, I use chicken stock. That's what I have on hand. And then to cut 1 1/4 cup in half, because I'm doing a half recipe, that is a half cup plus 2 tablespoons. This has been boiling for about 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm going to fold in 100 grams of spinach, fresh spinach, baby spinach. We are beautifully wilted. A nice hefty pinch of salt, which is about 1/4 teaspoon, and about the same of pepper. Because this is a half recipe, I'm going to scoot everything to one side of my very large saute pan and create little nests. a little salt on top of the eggs. And then I'm gonna top with feta. It's about 1.5 ounces or 45 grams. So I'm gonna crumble the feta on top. Okay, so we are ready. Now on top goes za'atar, which is about 1/2 tablespoon, mixed in with a tablespoon of olive oil, kind of just sprinkled on top. He said brushed, but what's delicious about this recipe is that it gets kind of crunchy on the bottom and then soft and billowy on the top. Okay, how easy was this? Very nutritious. I love feeding my husband healthy, nutritious, delicious food. I think he's somewhere off in the garden, so I'm gonna bring this out to him. Once again, this was such a pleasure being with you today, and we hope to see you next time.